Welcome to, and I can say this now, the third annual. You can't say annual when it's the first, and if you've only done two, you really can't make that annual yet. But this is the third annual COFAC Scholars Awards. This was started to honor the best of the best in what is, as I will say, the best college at the university with the best programs at the university. The provost might argue with me, but I don't care. And so we get the opportunity. The students are nominated by their faculty, and that's how they get these awards. And I think when your award comes from your own, it's oftentimes the best, right? It means that you've done something to get everybody's attention, and you guys have earned something, and I hope that this means a lot to you. To us, it means a lot to be able to have and celebrate these moments with you guys as you're headed out into the world to do whatever comes next. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I mean, you guys got a tall task because we've screwed it up. So I hope you guys can fix it all. So no pressure, though. So anyway, without further ado, I want to welcome Dr. Mark Mossman. He is to give some remarks this morning. Christy Mindrup, our interim president, could not be here with us, but Mark will handle it absolutely fine. So, Dr. Mossman.
Thank you, Billy. Yes, pretend I'm Christy Mindrup right now, and so Billy informed me that I wasn't allowed to quote any poems or do the usual spiel that I often do, and so I'm going to address you as Christy. So it is a pleasure to join COFAC this morning and the COFAC community in celebration of student leadership. Today's event is a celebration of those students who are making the most out of their education here at Western Illinois University, most out of the experience at Western, and contributing their time and talent within achieving excellence and leadership and showing dedication to their particular academic program. Leadership within the College of Fine Arts and Communication takes shape in many, many ways, partly due because of the diversity of disciplines that you find in the college. So you have programming like art, theater, and performance, art and design, broadcasting, journalism, communication, museum studies, music, speech pathology and audiology, theater and dance. I could go on and on. There's all kinds of disciplines, sub-disciplines, and so on. There's a lot going on in COFAC. All those disciplines share one thing in common, though. They reflect, convey, portray, and represent through various methods the way we experience and the way we interpret the world. The students we celebrate today also share something in common, like the college, and that is a leatherneck level commitment through their own leadership, their example, and their mentorship of others. Alumni often share stories of their transformational experiences in and out of the classroom at Western Illinois. Today, we celebrate examples of that transformative learning and which are the moments that led to this day, to the milestone moment as a symbol of Western's 4 core values of academic excellence, educational opportunity, personal growth, and social responsibility. So I want to just heartfelt congratulations to all of our honorees today, and thank you to all of the academic leaders on the stage and in the audience who have helped these students move forward. So thank you.
So just a little housekeeping. So we'll have representatives from each department come up and introduce their students, and then when it's over, and the student can come up as well and gets to stand there and feel like you're on display. And then we've got plaques for everybody, and we do want to get photos afterwards. So it's just stand, and then after it's over, we'll get everybody together with the award winners and their faculty representatives, and then family and friends and all the rest of you. You can take all the pictures you'd like. So, all right, great. Well, I asked my associate dean, who used to be in the School of Music, why School of Music was listed first on this schedule, and he said they all decided to do it alphabetically by the student names. So if you believe that, the School of Music is first.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jeff Brown. I'm the director of the School of Music, and it is my pleasure to present the COFAC Leadership Award for the School of Music to Thomas Arns. Tom joined us in the fall of 2020 and is nearing completion of the Bachelor of Music degree in music education. He is an outstanding trumpeter and has consistently excelled academically and musically, while also participating in many co-curricular activities and service opportunities on campus and in our community. Tom is held in high esteem by his peers and has served in several leadership positions in the School of Music. As a sophomore, he served as a section leader of the Marching Leathernecks, and then served with distinction as the ensemble's drum major for the next 2 years. This is a demanding role which requires extraordinary time and leadership. He has served on the School Music Student Council and has been active in student organizations holding offices in the Kappa Psi chapter of Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia and the Western Illinois Music Educators Association. He's also served as a school music ambassador, a role in which he mentored new students to help them adapt to college life and prepare for success as a music major. He's joined us as a representative at many recruitment events, making positive connections with prospective students and their families, and helping us recruit future students to Western Illinois University. So in addition to the Marching Leathernecks, Tom has performed with nearly every School of Music ensemble, including wind ensemble, concert band, pep band, orchestra, jazz studio orchestra, jazz combo, and not to confine his work to the trumpet, he has sung in concert choir and played in percussion ensemble. I think we added up yesterday, he's graduating with about almost 30 credits of ensembles. So among the highlights of his performances as part of that work, he traveled with the Marching Leathernecks to Honolulu in December 2021 to perform in the 80th anniversary Pearl Harbor Memorial Day Parade, and performing monumental works such as the Maslenka Symphony No. 4 and Mahler First Symphony here on this stage. It's likely that you've seen him many times because in the past 4 years, Tom has been a part of numerous events central to our university life, including commencement ceremonies, university assemblies, football games, basketball games, donor banquets, the groundbreaking of the Center for Performing Arts, and other special events. Tom is currently concluding his block teaching this week at Westview Elementary in Canton, where he works with preschool, 3rd and 4th grade students, and he will student teach in the fall. After graduation, he hopes to pursue a master's degree in wind conducting right here under the supervision of Dr. Mike Fansler. Tom is admired by students and faculty for his exceptional integrity, work ethic, kindness, and enthusiasm for WIU. I can think of no better role model for our future music students, and he is highly deserving of this award. Congratulations, Tom.
And now, with their own entourage, speech pathology and audiology.
Good morning, my name is Heidi Elby. I'm an instructor and supervisor in the speech pathology and audiology department. I am also the WSHLA advisor. WSHLA is our student organization, and that's my role that I played with Whitley. Whitley showed strong leadership skills in her role as the president of WSHLA for 2 consecutive terms. Her outgoing personality and strong charisma transformed WSHLA from minimal participation to engaging in multiple events and activities, helping groups and other organizations on campus and throughout the community. Her leadership and boldness to face challenges made WSHLA organization flourish. She had a vision for WSHLA and its members and executed her plan by hard work, transparent communication, and superior organization. She exhibited forward-thinking skills and was proactive in planning events. Whitley encouraged students to be involved and participate in events. Her passion for helping others showed through her positive attitude and high energy when leading the fellow peers in WSHLA. Not only did Whitley's leadership role as president of WSHLA shine, her performance as a student was superior. She was self-motivated and organized. She engaged in class discussion by giving meaningful and insightful comments. She demonstrated a positive attitude and enjoyed interacting with others. With great honor, I present Whitley this much deserving award. Congratulations.
And now, the Department of Art and Design.
Hi, I'm Kat Myers. I am the chair of the Department of Art and Design, and I am happy to present this leadership award to Claire DeGraff. Claire DeGraff is a senior art education major within the department, and she has been somebody that not only the faculty look to, but the students look to for guidance. The first time that I met Claire, other than Discover Western, was at our first introduction and orientation meeting with the transfers and freshmen. And I had barely gotten started, and Claire's like, we should make a group chat, and went around and got everybody's names and information so that she could make sure that all of the freshmen and the new transfer students had kind of a group that they could go to. Since then, she has become a integral part of our art and design office. She works in there helping everybody. Again, somebody that's all of the students and faculty come to. She enjoys working with all different ages in art education. She is one of the students that runs the community art program, helps run the community art program. She does a lot of the planning for the projects. She's always the one that steps forward and volunteers. If we have any kind of demonstrations, workshops for recruitment, one of the first ones I ask, as well as doing tours. And she's really good at almost taking over those tours sometimes, which I totally appreciate because the students love that, like the prospective students. She's very into printmaking and painting, as well as metalsmithing. Can't blame her for that. And she hopes to go off and start an AP program with 9th to 12th graders in art education and become a leader for those students and help inspire them. She was inspired by some of her art educators, and she hopes to do the same for some of those high school students as well. I can't really say enough about Claire, so she's going to be going to Italy with a group this summer on our study abroad trip, and I think that that's going to be a wonderful trip. So congratulations, Claire.
And now we are at Broadcasting and Journalism.
Good morning, friends. It's great to be together. I'm Dr. Peter Glavitsky, professor and chairperson of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism, and I'm delighted. Where are you, Johnny? There you are. All right. And I'm delighted to present our Student Leadership Award in BC&J to Jonathan Jazarowski. Johnny is in so many ways an exemplar for this award. He embodies the traits of student leadership. He is always looking for ways to lead and give and serve. I want to talk a little bit about his leadership, the way that he gives, and his service. Johnny leads in a variety of ways, including with our sports broadcasting club, but he is also looking for ways to lead on our floor. I cannot count the number of times that I asked him, Johnny, could you do this, whether it's a tour, a Discover Western, or something else that we need. Johnny always says yes. And I love that about him because for Johnny, it's about other people. It's about leading in a way that others come to the forefront. He does that wonderfully. And I was telling him this morning that if you keep doing that, Johnny, in your life, you will succeed. He is that kind of leader, the leader who wants to shine the light on others. It's a beautiful and important trait. In terms of his giving, he gives of his time, his energy, and his attention in a variety of ways. He's a student who believes in the idea of being a student, and I think that's valuable. He comes to class, he asks questions, he does work, and he does the follow-up. That's a great way to give of yourself as a student. He wants to be someone who uses the classroom as a springboard for all that we know will be accomplished in the future. In terms of how he serves, he really tries to put forward his classmates. He tries to make space for them to explore, to try new things. He knows that sometimes students are going to try things and it might not go best, but Johnny will be there to help, to give advice, and to really be a teacher. I have no doubt that because of the ways that Johnny leads and gives and serves, he will be successful in the future. Please join me in congratulating Jonathan Jazarowski.
And now we will hear from the Department of Communication.
Next time, Billy, we might want to have a chair up here because Madison's going to be standing for about 45 minutes. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Pete Jorgensen. I have the honor to serve as the chairperson of the Department of Communication here at Western Illinois University. We gather this morning to honor the students who have demonstrated outstanding leadership excellence in their departments, in the College of Fine Arts and Communication, and at Western Illinois University. But you may have noticed, going through each of these students and meeting them, that they actually sort of demonstrate and reflect different aspects of leadership. That one may be a strong leader in terms of being defined by character. Another one may be defined by the kinds of situation that he or she arises to take leadership in. That is because despite the Common Award for Leadership being recognized today, we don't really have any kind of agreed upon definition of what constitutes excellence in leadership. For those of you hoping to avoid a mini lecture this morning, too bad. So let me start by saying that in my advanced organizational communication course, I spent about 4 weeks going over different approaches to defining leadership. The first and most obvious approach is what we call the trait approaches. This generally looks at the idea that leaders are born and not made, and are generally distinguished on the basis of certain kinds of personality characteristics. So when you're talking about people who are ambitious, who are charismatic, who are driven, who have a great work ethic, those sort of all conform to the idea of trait leadership. A second leadership approach has to do with one's style and interaction with other individuals. So it's not genetically or personality based, but rather on the sets of behaviors that we hold and that we expend to others. In terms of styles, you might be looking at being an autocratic leader or a democratic leader, a pace-setting or a coaching leader. A third kind of approach to looking at leadership is what is called situational leadership. Now, leadership is not just in the hands of an individual, but rather it's a fit between a person's personal style and the needs and demands of the contexts. Another approach to defining leadership that takes leadership completely out of the hands of an individual is what's called the functional approach. The functional approach identifies leadership as a process, not as a person. The final one that I want to talk about today is servant leadership. In servant leadership, we always typically think about organizations as being sort of shaped like a pyramid with a CEO at the top. What servant leadership does is it inverts that pyramid. So now the CEO is the foundation at the base of everything going on in that organization. And the most important question that a servant leader can ask herself is, how can I use my power and my influence to make the work of my colleagues, my direct reports, better? What can I do to improve their lives, to improve their work experience, to help them to do their jobs better, to be better? And that approach, I think, in leadership best describes the Department of Communications 2024 COFAC Leadership Award nominee and recipient, Ms. Madison Lindsay. Okay. Madison epitomizes the actions of a servant leader by focusing her leadership priorities on helping others to do better and to be better. She has repeatedly taken on positions of leadership and responsibility where she is able to help others. I believe that this becomes clearly evident if we trace her history since coming on to WIU. So when Maddie first came to us from Blackhawk College in 2021, she already had a lot of experience, and she was already demonstrating the idea of being an excellent servant leader. During the summer, she would be spending her time working with children with developmental disabilities at Camp Kids in Galesburg. When she first came to WIU, she quickly became enamored and joined the sorority Chi Omega. And she was, in that same semester of starting in with that sorority, she was elected to the position of vice president. During the time in her sorority, she served as secretary of director of programming, vice president, marketing chair, and the continuous open bidding chair, which I don't know what that means either, but I'm sure it was an important leadership position. Not wanting to limit herself just to the sorority, she then decided to expand her leadership capability to becoming a resident assistant on a first-year floor, where she established relationships and built community with about 40 diverse students on the floor. She worked to ensure civil interactions, developed and implemented at least many programming events during the semester, at least 4 a semester, with a focus on student wellness. She oversaw administrative responsibilities, including budget requests, maintenance requests to ensure proper facilities maintenance, and filling out incident reports when they were required. In November 2022, she also completed and graduated from the Nancy Walton Laurie Leadership Institute, continuing to build and develop on that set of the leadership skills that she possesses. She contributed her time and talents to working with Rockython, one of Western Illinois University's greatest philanthropic events that we do on campus. Through those experiences through the sorority and working in Greek life, she also found herself then elected to the Panhellenic Council. She became vice president of the Finances and Administration, created and implemented a master budget, and coordinated and partnered with employees in the Office of Student Engagement to create plans for over 10 events per semester tailored to our student population. She did not take summers off. During the course of the summers, she would look for internship experiences, and indeed in May 2023, she landed a great internship experience as a training and development intern in QCR Holdings in Moline. Her primary responsibility here was to do a lot of research in terms of training and development topics for all 6 chapters of the company, and collaborated directly with the training and development officer to complete a summer-long project to create a training resource library. So once again, using her position, not necessarily a defined leadership position in the company, but using that opportunity to help others improve and succeed in the roles that they have at that organization. Within the department specifically, she has served the last year as president of our Lambda Pi Eta Honor Society, which is the Communication Honorary Society, and has served on the Communication Student Executive Board over the course of the past year. Last fall, she was the vice president for CSS. This spring, she sort of finishes out her term as president of the Communication Student Society. And this, of course, is where I worked most with Madison. Like many of the other people that you've heard here this morning, she is always willing to help out. She has been a godsend for helping us out with Discover Western when we have prospect students coming onto campus, because we find that prospect students enjoy talking more to the students than they do oftentimes with the faculty to find out what that life and experience is going to be like at WIU. Madison has always been available to help us out with that, even when we don't have students show up. We had a virtual Discover meeting earlier last week that we just sort of hung out on and waited for people to show up that never did. Well, actually, that's not true. We had sort of one person show up, no video, no mute. When they were recognized, we said something and they flew away and we never saw them again. I'm going to blame Madison for that one. And so she has been an extraordinary help in the department, helping to represent the department, represent the students, and represent the university community. Now, having said all that, one might think that that is more than anybody really should take, but apparently Madison felt that she still had time on her hands. So in her final semester, when most of our graduating students are trying to deal with terminal doses of senioritis, she decided that she would go ahead and try out for and become a member of the Westernettes dance team here at WIU. Again, in this position, helping to promote excitement and identity for our athletes, our students, and the surrounding communities. So through her engagement in all of these opportunities, all the leadership responsibilities that she has sought out, she consistently helps others from that position of power and influence to be better and to do better and to become better people. That's one of the reasons why Madison is such a wonderful and exemplary individual of servant leadership and is very much deserving of the COFAC Student Leader Award from the Department of Communication. Please join me in congratulating Madison Lindsay on this award. Congratulations, certainly.
And last but not least, theater and dance.
Good morning. My name is Tammy Killian, and it is my honor as chair of the Department of Theater and Dance to present this year's COFAC Leadership Award for Theater and Dance. The recipient of this award must have demonstrated over a significant period of time dedication to our department and leadership within our program. She was nominated by the departmental advisors and voted on by the theater and dance faculty. It's been said of this year's winner that she has for some time and continues to put her whole heart and soul into her art. You may remember her from a number of productions, specifically, most recently, The Dance Escape, where she not only danced in a piece but also choreographed. She was in this year's The Garbologist. She was a powerhouse in last year's Cabaret. And then beyond that, she was in Radium Girls and a number of other productions as well. So she has had many leadership positions in our department. She's a member of our recruitment committee. She's also a member of University Dance Company. She holds two very, very important leadership positions as the president of University Theater Club, as well as Shades of Vision. She is an advocate and a strong voice for the BIPOC students in our program. She wants to make sure that their voices are heard on campus and their faces are seen. And I think that she will continue to be a strong leader in that area. She has taken on positions in our social media area. She's a part of that team. And if you were following our social media this last week, they killed it. With the giving, all the giving stuff. So they were fantastic. This year's recipient of the Theater and Dance COFAC Leadership Award goes to Izzy Maxwell. But before I let you all applaud for Izzy, I have to say that this summer she will be at the Tent Theater in Springfield, Missouri, performing there in beautiful, the Carole King musical. But beyond that, in July, she goes on tour. And she will be in Paw Patrol Live, the national tour. So we are super proud of Izzy. Congratulations.
I got to say it, but how about a round of applause for all of our winners? These are the moments that we all strive for, right? You know, 2 years, 4 years, however long they've been here, you know, we always hate to see them go, but the fact is they go, and you will have another group that comes next, but when you get to this point and you realize maybe you did something right, and between you, because it takes both, right? We learn from them, they learn from us, and we get to where we're going. It's always a really proud moment to see you guys up here on stage and realize the potential of what you can do for us and how you're going to lead in the future, how you've been successful here, how you will represent Western when you go out. That's really important. Know that you will always matter to us, and we hope that we always matter to you wherever you go and whatever you do. It will be fantastic, and we want updates along the way. So congratulations. Thank you all. Thank you all for participating and having a part in making them and helping them get to this point, because it does take a village. There's no question of that. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day.